on another beautiful San Diego evening. Welcome to Petco Park. Middle game, three-game series between the rivals Dodgers from the north and the first place Padres. And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, it's the 220th anniversary of the United States Coast Guard, so we celebrate that branch of our military tonight. The Padres, 2-0 loss. The Dodgers pitching has been amazing. They just keep shutting out not only the Padres last night, they're on a run of blankings.
The main thing for the Padres tonight is even the series of this three-game series. You're going to see a lot of the Dodgers coming up the next 10 days. Chad Billingsley was throwing the ball extremely well last night. And tonight, Clayton Richard toes his slab, and he needs to even this series. A key left-hander for these Padres going against these Dodgers.
We saw last night it came down to bases loaded, a right-hander against the left-hander, Andre Ethier. And so tonight, Bud Black goes to a southpaw against a lineup that is its real strength, left-handed hitters.
Well, the Los Angeles Dodgers against left-handed starters this season, it's below 500. We're going to take a look at the worst teams with the worst winning percentage, the Diamondbacks, the Nationals. Well, the Dodgers there, collectively against left-handers, the team, collectively the Dodgers hitting .250. Matt Kemp, though, off of lefties, .314. Casey Blake, .299. Rafael Furcal, .289. So Clayton Richards got his, he's got his work cut out for him. These Dodgers hitters, they're not hitting that well right now. It's all about the pitching for the Dodgers. But Clayton Richard, I think if he locates his fastball tonight and works ahead like he should every start, I think he's got a pretty good chance against these Dodgers and even the series.
Well, you better get used to the National League West eating up each other. It's going to be head-to-head down the stretch the next couple of months. Bud Black made a very interesting point in the pregame show, and they don't get enough love out here in the West, but here is a division with 4 teams with winning records. It's going to be tough, but it's also going to be exciting as it was last night. And that takes us to our starting pitching matchup tonight. It'll be Hiroki Kuroda. He won his first major league game 3 years ago against the Padres. He's 8-8 this year, 22-22 lifetime. Clayton Richard seeks his 8th win of the year. First time he's pitched against the Dodgers this year. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. McCutcheon, Indiana's gift to the San Diego Padres. Clayton Richard, the former quarterback at the University of Michigan. He hopes to hit all his receivers' wishes tonight against the Dodgers. Big turnout here at Petco tonight for the middle game of this 3-game series. 38,428 last night. Our closed captioning brought to you by Corky's. Call Corky's for the lowest termite fumigation price in town. Get a 4-year guarantee. Call 1-800-901-1102 Corky's. And the first pitch of the game from Clayton Richard, a fastball strike to Rafael Furcal, the switch hitting shortstop of the Dodgers, leading the National League with a .322 average. Late on that fastball, a quick 2-strike count. Our starting pitcher profile brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to the marksandiego.com. Defensive chop to the second baseman Hairston. The underhand flip for the out. Let's look at the Dodgers starting lineup, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring. Take it home tonight. Now open Lemon Grove. For call, different lineup from last night with Carroll up in the second spot. Ethier, he'll last night until the pinch hit single hits third. Then Kemp and Blake. Loney moved down to the 6th spot. Russell Martin hit 7th. Blake DeWitt and the pitcher Kuroda. Joe Torre, the venerable skipper in his 3rd and final year of his current contract with the Dodgers. Had a long chat with him today. Former broadcast partner.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what Joe does after this year, huh? I mean, he's so valuable to the game of baseball. He's got to keep his hand in some way, shape, or form.
And he loves the Dodgers, and he really, the people with whom he works in the front office, says he wants to stay involved, whether it's a manager or not.
Good.
Another good fastball. Richard rocking and firing here early tonight.
Shoot rock fire for the left-hander. It's all about strike one. Talked to Darren Balsley before the game, and he said it sounds like a broken record, but it's so apparent for every pitcher. You need to throw that fastball where you want it.
Carroll hitting .279. Veteran's been around the major leagues, 36 years of age, a solid .273 lifetime average. University of Evansville, Purple Aces Hall of Fame. First slider from Clayton Richard, and the count's 2-2. There's the man of last night, Andre Ethier, the big pinch hit. Backs him away from the plate, and the count goes full.
Well, what a pain in the backside he was last night, huh, Ethier? But like Joe Torre said, he's their best guy. 80% of Andre Ethier is probably better than 100% of a lot of other guys in the league.
Right back through the mound. Karem's off Richard and by Hairston, who tried to make the bare hand pick up and throw, but couldn't come up with it cleanly, and Carroll has a base hit. Brings up Ethier, a .303 average. He and Furcal in the top 10 National League batting average. Again, when we asked Torre, okay, Ethier's announced as your pinch hitter. If Buddy Black goes to the left-hander, Joe Thatcher, do you then pinch hit Carroll, the man who just singled? He said, absolutely not. He's my best hitter, my best player. He's up there even though he has struggled since the All-Star break. And he said, you know, in a way, being ill probably helped us. I said, what? He said, because he's been going, recently he's in a slump. He's trying to hit everything out of the park. He said, not feeling well. He's just up there making contact. And he delivered the single. That's in there.
Well, over the course of this season, Andre Ethier against left-handers hitting .234. With 1 home run. That's in 94 at-bats.
.329 against right-handed pitching. Richard with that good pickoff move, the best on the Padre roster. Last 4 starts for the Padre pitcher. He's 1-1, but his ERA over 7. He loves, as all the pitchers do, to be here at home. Could be 2. Cabrera. And back to Gonzalez. 1-6-3. Double play. Nothing for the Dodgers in the first. It'll be Hairston, Denorfia, and Adrian Gonzalez. San Diego in the bottom of the first. Telecast brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get more fruit in your diet with a Hawaiian teriyaki chicken sandwich. Well, we have a moment. Want to advise you fans planning on coming to tomorrow's game, 3:35 start. We're expecting another big crowd, nearing 40,000 fans. So the Padres and the city of San Diego advising you to use public transportation if you can. Go to Petco Park the easy way if there's public transportation, either by bus or by train. It might make it a lot more comfortable for you to take advantage in that manner. Matt Latos to pitch, an added attraction tomorrow.
Well, that's a hot ticket.
He goes for win number 12 against Vicente Padilla. Jerry Hairston's starts. Fastball strike, Hiroki Kuroda, and his pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. 265 the hitters against his offerings, and he jumps ahead at 1-1. I thought we saw the right arm go up of Guccione. The umpires, they give that signal up in front of their body and shield us. Maybe they don't want us to know, huh? I like that old-fashioned when they threw that right arm out there. Like that. That's what we're talking about, Guccione.
And strike two to go along with that.
Even though the fans may not like the call.
It's hard for me to see Hiroki Kuroda with number 18 on his jersey. Because to me, 18 in the Dodger jersey is Billy Russell, the longtime shortstop of the LA Dodgers.
That's high, 2-2.
Yeah,
it
just doesn't look right.
It is a shock, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Kuroda throws a fastball, slider, a split-fingered fastball, Dick, and a cutter. That slider is one of his nastiest pitches. He'll throw it any time.
11 years in the Japan Central League before coming to the Dodgers. That one lifted to right field. And coming in and calling off the second baseman is Ethier for the out. And a look at the Padres lineup tonight, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Hairston, Denorfia, Gonzalez, Headley, the same four that started in that order last night. Nick Hundley behind the plate this evening will bat fifth. Venable in right. Scott Hairston plays left field with shortstop Everett Cabrera batting eighth, and Clayton Richard, a pretty good hitting pitcher, in the ninth slot. Denorfia had his 7-game hitting streak snapped last night. His average down to 279. Those 6 home runs all coming in this month of July. Padres got to figure a way to get some runs. The Dodgers, in winning 4 in a row here at Petco, they've just been very stingy, winning 4-3, 4-1, 1-0, 2-0. So 4 runs total allowed in 4 games by Dodger pitching.
We talked about the home runs of Chris Denorfia being in the month of July. I went up to Chris in the clubhouse today and they said, hey, did you know that there's 61 days in the month of July? Hopefully he can keep it going.
Spoils that one. Smothers it at home plate. I mean, you're a convincing kind of guy, so he might start.
He believes me.
Hey,
that's right.
We'll get into August, and he'll still be hitting home runs.
Hopefully, it's like July 52nd, and he hits his 12th home run, 15th home run.
Yeah, the Giants scored in the 10th inning, beat the Marlins 10-9. Giants just they lost in July. They just won the. Game after game after game.
Always seems to be that one team that always keeps pace with you, and just there's the final.
Colorado, meanwhile, trailing Pittsburgh 5-1. They're in a deep slump. Lost 7 in a row. Chop. If it stays fair, that'll be trouble, but kicks foul.
Now, tonight, it's going to be kind of hard to distinguish between the split-finger fastball and the slider of Kuroda. The split finger has a little bit of a tumbling action, but at times will act like a slider, but the velocities are going to be pretty much the same. Right around the mid-80s, 82 to 86.
4 of the last 6 Dodger games, shutouts by LA pitching, including Kuroda against the Mets, went 8 innings his last outing. Sharply hit, but righted for call at short. 2 away.
Yeah, he's got a hose out
Doesn't
there.
he, though? And he showed it off there.
Man.
Well, he's got Everett Cabrera, who can rocket the ball, too, so he's going to show the younger shortstop, you may not be able to outthrow me.
Good crow hop. Look at that. You
That's
hang
a
the
rope.
laundry on that.
That's a rope, all right.
Brings back the memories of Sean Dunston of the Chicago Cubs, who had one of the better arms at shortstop.
Adrian Gonzalez fan is number 23, and reality steps in. Leading the club in home runs and RBIs. And he's hit well against the Dodgers and Kuroda. Against this right-hander, he's 5 for 15, 333, but the 5 hits have all been extra base hits, 3 home runs and 2 doubles. His single last night was to left field through that vacated spot where the third baseman normally would be playing, as the Dodgers stack up Loney, Blake DeWitt in shallow right field for call well over on the second base side, and only Casey Blake almost midpoint of the left side between second and third. Kuroda, like his manager Torrey, in the last year of a 3-year contract. Pitching carefully. Full respect to the Padres' top hitter.
A lot of pitchers 3-1 will go down and away to Adrian Gonzalez. See if Kuroda throws a split finger. Remember, he'll throw that slider anytime.
Pulled, but that's right to the shallow right fielder, the second baseman, Blake DeWitt. So the Padres go out in order, 1, 2, 3, and the shutout skein continues. Game, the first 25,000 fans will get a free Clayton Richard bobblehead presented by Jack in the Box. Get your tickets early. Save that $5 per ticket only at Padres.com. The only disappointing thing, and it's a good likeness of Richard, he doesn't have the big smile.
No?
But I guess
Game face?
He was in thought.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good.
And we want to add for you fans, since they expect a crowd that's going to be near capacity, that the Only 25,000 of those bobbleheads, so get out here early. Don't miss out. Matt Kemp with a fastball strike. It's 2-1. Kemp, who has struck out 107 times. That's the low side of his season statistics. Leads in home runs with 17. And hits that one over Jerry Hairston into right center. Second hit for the Dodgers. As we look at the San Diego defense, brought to you by Easy Turf Synthetic Lawns and Putting Greens. The best looking synthetic grass is now more affordable. Call 866 Easy Turf. Headley, Cabrera, Hairston, and Gonzalez. A familiar infield with Scott Hairston in left and Orphean center, Venable in right. Hundley behind the plate, handling the left-handed offerings of Clayton Richard.
We just saw a great display of hitting from Matt Kemp, taking Clayton Richard on that breaking ball the opposite way. He stayed inside that pitch nicely, didn't do too much with it.
Good movement on the fastball as he starts. Casey Blake with a strike, the third baseman for the Dodgers. He's a solid player, a smart player. You say, well, they're all smart. They wouldn't be in the major leagues, but some have instinct smart.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not taught so much how to play, although they all have had instruction through the minor leagues. But they just know how to play the game. 10 home runs for him this year. Infield looks for another double play to support Richard. 1-6-3 double play off Ethier's bat. Closed out the last inning.
Well, the idea here for Clayton Richard is to get Casey Blake out in front and maybe try to pull something, one of his better pitches. You try to do that, try to force it to pull it. You get that easy grounder on the left side, and hopefully you can turn two.
Tried to go to right field with that swing. Took a little bit off the fastball.
Way out in front of that last pitch.
Yeah, Matt Kemp over at first base takes his lead with thoughts of Rihanna dancing in his head.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You thought I didn't know that last night. I just didn't have time. I had to call a foul ball. I know all about Rihanna.
You're a big fan.
Oh, umbrella, AAA. Casey Blake goes down swinging. First strikeout for Clayton Richard.
Great sequence of pitches by Clayton Richard. You notice Casey Blake was going away, soft swings away. Look at this. Fastball, freeze fastball right on the inside corner. See the four-seam grip, bury it in there. Get it in there for the punch out. Nicely done.
Now that's painting the black. James Loney dropped down in the batting order. Lefty against lefty. His average .296. And leads in RBIs with 65. Hits 112 and doubles 26. Home run total on his jersey. 7 so far this year. One of those crushing blow against the Padres in the 3-game sweep back in May.
That's the old courtesy move from Clayton Richard. Believe me, everybody watches video. They know the move, but still, he's got such a good one. He might catch a guy here and there.
Kemp likes to steal bases. He has 15. Back to Richard. Another 1-6-3. You bet. Hey, Clayton Richard will take 9 of those. No runs, a hit, no one left, and a pair of 1-6-3 double plays. A highlight early for the San Diego Padres. Mossy Ford, Mossy Toyota in Pacific Beach. We make it happen for you. Giants have one, so at the moment they're just 2 back of the first place Padres. Dodgers 5, the Rockies 8. They're losing currently to Pittsburgh in Colorado, and the Diamondbacks 22.5 back. They were defeated again today. Chase Headley leads it off. Had a single last night, 1 of 5 hits, and he lines that fair down the left field line. Digging it out of the corner is Jamie Carroll, and Headley has a double.
Well, Chase Headley will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh for a leadoff double. That's number 20 for Chase. Let's see what Kuroda does here. Gets it up. It's that moving fastball that he will stay out of the sweet spot. That's why he broke his bat. Off the end of the bat, but elevated. If that ball's down around the knees, it's probably a liner to Casey Blake at third base or a one-hopper. Nice job by Chase Headley taking it that way.
There's a crowd atop the doubles list for the Padres. Gonzalez, Eckstein, and now Headley all have 20. Nick Hundley, 253 average. Tried to go to right field. Yorvi Torrealba, the only Padre last night with 2 hits. Still above the 300 mark, Torrealba, and an 11-game hitting streak. But he and Hundley sharing duties behind the plate, and the combination has been terrific all season long, both defensively and with the bat. High chopper. That's going to be a very tough play for Furcal, and he gets him. Oh, that was almost like a soft pop-up. It came off home plate. It does the job of moving Headley to third. Warren can bring him home. A check of the Dodger defense brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Blake, we've seen for call already. DeWitt, who made the big play at home plate in the 4th inning to get Gonzalez with no one out last night. Loney at first. Carroll plays left field with Kemp in center and Ethier back in the lineup in right field. Russell Martin behind the plate. The 35-year-old Hiroki Kuroda on the mound.
Let's see what kind of approach Will takes here against Kuroda.
First ball swinging again.
That was a sinker down and away, a 2-seamer from Kuroda.
Chance for Venable to pick up his 35th run batted in of the season.
How about a ground ball to Matt Kemp? That'll work, huh?
A ground ball to center field.
That's
you like
right.
that
I
play.
like that.
Did not go around. 1-1. The Dodgers play it in at the corners. A ball hit to Blake at third or Loney at first. They'll come to the plate or at least check Headley. And then up the middle they play medium deep. Shortstop for Call and second baseman DeWitt.
You know, with that hard sinker of Kuroda, you might get a lot of choppers in front of home plate that might work to the advantage of the Padres with that runner at third base.
Same ball that Hundley just hit would score a run. Ooh, almost hit Venable.
So sinker down and away, strike 1, and then ball 1 up and in, ball 2 up and in.
Scott Hairston on deck. The 2-1 pitch. 94. Had a little extra juice on that fastball. 2-2.
He will add, he will subtract. This one he adds up to 94. Up around the Padres on that chest.
Venable swinging under it. Yeah, Kuroda thinking strikeout. Venable trying to put it in play, get a run in early.
You know,
ooh, that seemed to cross up Russell Martin. He almost didn't get up for that one.
It might have been that. It might have been the late movement also that Martin squeezes that pitch. But it's kind of ironic. Kuroda, the last 3 pitches, Martin's been wanting the ball up a little bit, and a fly ball would be just fine right here. So he's trying to have Will Venable actually swing and miss at a high pitch. Let's see if he tries to go down and away here.
3-2 in the infield now, even at short and second, pulls in. Oh, my, what a pitch. That's that split finger, and Venable is gone.
He went to his money pitch. Looks like a fastball, ends up out of the strike zone. Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker. And look at the grip there. Just all it takes, just a little bit, splitting those fingers around that baseball. Good arm action is the fastball, and it tumbles out of the strike zone.
Induces a flip-flop swing.
Absolutely. Looks like a strike out of the hand, but well out of the zone as it reaches home plate.
So the Padres with an opportunity to score a run on and out. That's gone. Here's Scott Hairston. 9 home runs this year, second to Gonzalez. High with a slider. Headley at third, 2 gone now. Oh, that was nasty. That was up and in. And the Dodger pitchers will do that. Remember the Giants series at Dodger Stadium? There was a little hitting going on, and Padilla, who pitches tomorrow, has that reputation. And Buddy Black, a pitcher, understands that's part of the game.
4th hit batsman by Kuroda this year. And you know what, Kuroda, we saw it with Venable. He likes to come up inside, right? He did it to lefty. He did it to the righty Hairston. This one just leaks on him a little bit and gets Scott turning the right way, turning back towards the catcher. That's the correct way to avoid that pitch.
Hairston likes to crowd the plate. So up to Cabrera. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. Had a base hit last night. Off speed with a splitter.
That splitter sometimes is tough to call because sometimes it'll act like a sinker, it'll act like a slider. It sometimes will have the curveball effect.
And that one just kind of hung outside. Didn't break much at all.
Yep.
But out of the strike zone.
That's because he hung it up high.
Cabrera couldn't offer. Inside, 2-0. Clayton Richard on deck. Richard with 6 hits and 5 RBIs this year. They play Cabrera, the Dodgers, deeper than any team we've seen this year in the outfield. Fouls that away.
Sometimes, to me, it looks like Everett takes too big of a swing. You know, kind of shorten it up a little bit. Try to use the whole field. Sometimes guys will get pull conscious.
His base hit last night was right up the middle.
Let's check out this last swing. Okay, that wasn't a bad swing. Nice and easy to the ball.
Outside target by Martin. 2-2.
Well, that's easy 95 there from Kuroda. That didn't look like 95 when it crossed home plate. Ball kind of sneaks up on you.
So the double by Headley. Hundley that bounces out to short. Headley to third. Venable strikes out on a 3-2 pitch. Hairston hit by a pitch. And now the 2-2 delivery coming up to Cabrera. Laid off that split finger. And that's the pitch that struck out Venable. So 3-2. That'll give a head start for Hairston at first.
Look at the grip, Dick. Nice inside the glove of Kuroda. Nicely done by Everett, laying off it.
Get another one?
You know what? I would not be surprised if he throws him another one.
And that split finger makes the low fastball all the more effective because you start thinking, well, that's going to drop again, and it stays right there at the knees.
Yep.
Hairston takes off.
Fastball. Good call.
Well, the last game of the May homestand, remember, the Padres were shut out 1-0. The opener of this series shut out 2-0. So Dodger pitching had totally handcuffed the Padre batters. Be nice to see San Diego start with an early lead. Here's the chance. 3-2 again, first and third. Kuroda, since the All-Star game, 2 starts, 0.64 ERA, 184 batting average. So the fact that Headley doubled open the inning is a high point against this guy. 3-2.
Splitty.
Fouled away.
This is the last pitch. Once again, Kuroda going to the split finger grip. And the key to that one is stay on top of that baseball. Don't work to the side of it. Stay up on top. Almost like you're going to take your index finger and split home plate with it. That will force you to stay on top of that baseball and get that tumbling effect.
Do you throw it off center? Is it off center grip?
There's a number of ways. That's something we can talk about next half inning.
Hairston ready to go again. 2 outs, 3-2. Boy, long stare down by Kuroda. Yeah, a little cat and mouse going on. Strike 3 called. So, as has been the case in the Dodger Padres series, San Diego gets a chance. Dodger pitching too tough. Winning tickets. Wednesday's a big day at that beautiful track. Free and easy at the Del Mar track. Diamond Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, reserved seating, a program, and selected half-price concessions. Why don't you make a trip out to Del Mar next Wednesday, where the surf meets the turf. Top of the third, Russell Martin batting .248. Ooh, little inside fastball, and here's the warning. Oh, come on. Here we go.
See that?
No warning to the Dodger pitcher, but now the warning is against San Diego. Now both teams are equally warned.
I'd like to see the left-hander go out and give him an earful right now. That's what I'd like to see. Why? Like he knows that Clayton Richard is thrown at him purposely?
Didn't even hit him. I mean, you could understand if he drilled him in the back.
Right.
Didn't even hit Martin.
Well,
it was close.
Yeah, here's the last pitch. Was it behind him? No. Boy, how did that ball not hit him?
Yeah, it looked like it hit him in the leg, but it somehow...
Oh, it went behind him.
So Guccione says that'll be enough of that. Both are warned, as he said. You're warned as well. Man, there was a day where that was tapioca.
Oh, yeah.
2-1 now to Martin.
What would happen if Don Drysdale and Bob Gibson got warned? Those guys, they wouldn't care. They'd still throw it, guys.
Martin takes way outside, 3-1.
So now what happens is, you know what, you can't throw inside anymore.
No,
you can't brush a guy off the plate.
It's a hitter's delight, yeah. You got to figure that you're not going to get many pitches very far inside. 3-2.
Okay, I've got a counter to that. If they're going to play that way to where you have to warn where you can't throw in, I say raise the mound about another foot. Give the pitcher an advantage if you can't pitch inside like that.
Ground ball sharply. Hairston with a sliding stop. Throws him out. An outstanding play. Well done by the veteran second baseman.
This ball is rocketed up the middle, and Jerry Hairston, not enough time to get in front. Plenty of time to get to his feet and fire a strike. I guess that's the best way to get back at the Dodgers, is to get Russell Martin to ground out 4-3.
Blake DeWitt. Not bad to have your number 8 hitter checking in at 274. Fouled away. Torrey was quick to point out DeWitt's play last night with the bases loaded, no one out, and Venable's ground ball. He said, we were really up playing for a double play there. And DeWitt on his own, noting that Gonzalez, not a fast runner at third, decided, go to the plate. Let's try to nail that runner. He said it's just one of the many heady plays that DeWitt produces throughout the course of a season.
Like any good infielder or outfielder, but infielders in particular, when you're playing at a certain place on the infield where it's back, in, halfway.
Line to right field, a base hit. So lefty against lefty, and DeWitt, solid single to right. Third Dodger hit.
You have to ask yourself if the ball's hit sharply, if the ball's chopped. Let's check this out. Okay, now it's a chopper. It's not hit hard, right? I didn't think he was going to have maybe time to go to second base to get that guy in turn 2. So he's thinking, you know what, I'm going towards first base. I've got a chance to get the guy at the plate. It was offline, and Martin made a nice athletic play to tag him.
But an example of, making the play on the fly. He hadn't intended to do that, but he was able to sense the entire situation all in that 2-hopper to him. Well, we're a possibility of sitting on Major League history right now.
Why is that?
The Padres have already tied Major League history, 2 1-6-3 double plays in 2 innings. What if they get another one?
That could happen. Another comebacker. Kuroda showing bunt. It's a hard bunt back to Clayton Richard.
2-0. He misses on that attempt. 2-1. For 32, Kuroda this year with the bat. That one misses. 3-1. Well, here you got someone up there trying to sacrifice who hasn't had a hit all season. You got to put one in there.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. Might hit your comebacker. Undoubtedly still bunting.
Not the best technique. I kind of stabbing at that baseball. We see a lot of pitchers do that. First of all, he's going to break a finger. You get a pitcher that has a running fastball up and in, you're going to break one of those digits. You got to pinch the bat on the backside.
And that's fouled off, strike 3. Second strikeout for Clayton Richard. Now you young kids that have dreams of going on and being a big league ball player someday, and you're a pitcher, even if you're not a good hitter, there's no excuse for not being a good bunter, and it's going to help you out all the way through your career.
Plenty of time to hone those skills as well, right?
It isn't as exciting as swinging the bat and trying to hit it out of the park. Call fouls it away.
You know what's exciting, though, is getting that runner over, then having a guy coming up to knock that run in and help you try to get a victory in that ball game.
Rafael for call, grounded to second, his first time up.
Hey.
Slow curveball that didn't break. DeWitt at first, a safe lead. And that one in the dirt, 3-1. That's good. Taking a little more time here, not hurrying through this 3-1 pitch.
That's one of the things Darren Ballsy said before the game. He'd like to see Clayton Richard slow down his pace a little bit with runners on base.
Ball 4. Changeup well outside, and that's the first walk tonight from Richard. And it moves DeWitt into scoring position.
And the reason why Darren mentioned about him slowing down his game with runners on base, because, you know, it takes time to, as a pitcher, to think things out. How you're going to pitch a certain guy, rather than just getting the ball, getting up on that mound, and maybe make the best pitch without kind of thinking about it a little bit.
Brings up Jamie Carroll. He singled back through the middle his first time up.
Where'd that miss? I guess down the middle doesn't count, huh?
A little bit low. Carroll has been a pest in the Dodger Padres series this year. Lots of hits. 2-0. Let's go back to the first pitch, a critical first pitch. You want to get ahead on the count.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strike.
Well in the strike zone, above the knees. So what is a strike as Richard thinks through this 2-0 pitch with 2 on and 2 out here in the third inning for the Dodgers. Caught the outside corner.
Okay. That ball looked like it was off the plate a little bit, but thank you very much for Clayton Richard.
It'll make good. Line drive, base hit center field. Charged by DeNorfia. His throw to the plate, and it won't be in time. Dodgers lead it 1-0 on another base hit by Jamie Carroll. He just wears out the Padres. And the walk critical in the inning, moving Blake DeWitt into scoring position. Good throw by DeNorfia, but with 2 outs, DeWitt with a running start.
Once again, Jamie Carroll, that's a good piece of hitting. Sure, it's a bad pitch by Clayton Richard. It is up. It is elevated. Straight up the diamond, and now the race is on. It's a darn good throw by Chris Denorfia, but as you mentioned, Dick, DeWitt off with the pitch, the crack of the bat with 2 outs.
And here's Andre Ethier. Breaking ball outside and low. Ethier bounced into a 1-6-3 double play, one of 2 turned by the Padres in the first 2 innings. But after Martin thrown out on a terrific play by second baseman Jerry Hairston, the line single to Witt. Kuroda failed to bunt, struck out. High pop up on the infield, not very high, and Richards going to take it himself. So Ethier, a broken bat popper to the pitcher, but the Dodgers draw the first run on a couple of hits. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices? Go to Cox.com. Now the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead on Blake DeWitt single. A walk to Furcal and the line single by Jamie Carroll. Richard leads it off in the last of the third. It's that diving fastball low and away. Richard 27 pitch inning in the top of the third, 51 total already. Ooh, that bat shatters, and Loney able to make the put out at first base. Well, as the Padres enter this inning, the last time they scored off Dodger pitching was in the first inning of the middle game of the last series. So they've gone 8, plus the shutout the next day, plus a shutout last night. And now 2 more innings tonight. For 28 consecutive innings, Buddy Black's team unable to get a run on the board.
Hey, it's frustrating. Very frustrating.
They had a chance in the second. Leadoff double by Headley. But Kuroda able to strike out both Venable and Cabrera. Strike 1. Yeah, the Padres rightfully can brag about their pitching. Another broken bat for a call. 2 away. Sawing him off is Kuroda.
You talk about staying off the sweet spot. That 2-seam fastball, that little cutter, and then that split finger that he throws. It's tough. Let's check out that last pitch. That looked like a little cutter away. You see just a little bit. And what does that do? Off the end of the bat, kindling.
I was checking on his father's background. Thought he might be a woodcutter or, a lumberman, sawing and cutting.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, he actually was a pitcher himself in the Japanese
Really?
league. Chris Denorfia, he too grounded out to shortstop for Cole in the first inning. Off speed and out in front. Good looking slider.
Good tight rotation and nice tilt on that slider from Kuroda. He's corroding a lot of bats, that's for sure.
Lays off the slider. 35-year-old veteran born in Osaka, now lives in Hiroshima. Fouled into the glove of Russell Martin. No, he could not hang on.
Seeing that hit the dirt off the bat of Denorfia before Martin picked it. Foul tip into the dirt, into the glove. So another chance for Chris.
He's that splitter and Denorfia chasing. Gets another chance. 1-2. Another strikeout. His third. 1-2-3. Padres story in the third. The shutout string continues. The Dodgers pitching is tough. Summer, a great time. As you can see, the sandcastles out there believe, and you can believe it's Throwback Thursday, presented by Coca-Cola. Tomorrow, the Padres and Dodgers, 78 uniforms in the finale. 3:35 game time. Remember, get your tickets early and save at Padres.com. I got you a special gift today, for Throwback
That's
tomorrow.
Right.
Those colors should fit the theme of those 78 uniforms.
I appreciate that. That was a nice gesture on your part. A nice looking tie. It's going to look nice. The tie master.
1-0 the score, and a drive to right, and Venable makes the play. Kemp's line drive, and Venable able to charge and deny. Doing more on defense, brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
It sounded like that was another broken bat. So Will Venable coming in, helping out Clayton Richard. Well, that's one of those plays where you better make darn sure if you don't catch that ball, at least keep it in front of you.
You got to smother it.
Yes.
That long, lanky basketball build, able to stretch out and glove the first out of the fourth.
Like he was diving for a loose ball on the hardwood. That possession arrow is going his way.
And then he's going to get that ball in the hole and take it right to the hoop. That was his strength, not any outside shooting.
Yeah.
He could get inside. 2-1 to Casey Blake. Struck out his first time up. That one tailing away. 2-1. Dodgers have not scored much in the series thus far, but they're getting the early leads. And the way they're pitching, they don't need too much. They've got a 2-0 shutout last night, a 1-0 shutout in the last series, and 2 other games where they allowed just 1 run, winning 4-1 on both occasions. And Kuroda tough already tonight, and Blake goes down swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout by the Padre left-hander.
Well, so far in this series, it's just been a matter of a couple of pitches. Last night, the pitch to Ethier to score 2 runs. And tonight, that base hit by Carroll off of Richard. So the Padre pitchers pitching well in their own right. As there's the guy tonight who's been a little pest.
Well, in the first series, the 3-game series here, he was on base, hits and walks. On base percentage was over 500. Veteran Jamie Carroll. First pitch, strike into James Loney, who bounced back to the mound. A 1-6-3 double play first time up. That's in there. I just thought John Garland, though he took a loss last night, that's the best he's pitched all year.
Yep, he had good stuff last night.
Two outs, bases empty here in the Dodger 4th. 1-2 coming up to Loney. Just off the edge. Slider. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A couple strikeouts for Richard in a 1-2-3 4th inning. Bottom half of the 4th, it'll be Headley, Hundley, and Venable for the Padres, thirsty for a run. BlackBerry and Android phone. MLB.com at Bat 2010. It features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Padres.com on your iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, or BlackBerry for more details. Well, Petco filling up. Well, they used to say L.A. stood for late arriving crowd. Well, SD stands for slowly developing, but they've all made their way in.
Nicely done.
Looks to me like there's 40,000, maybe more tonight.
Good house tonight.
And a big crowd again expected tomorrow afternoon. See Matt Latos, Vicente Padilla duel in the final of this series. Adrian Gonzalez grounded out his first time up. Trying to end a scoreless string against Dodger pitching that has reached 29 consecutive innings. Again, the shift is on. Second baseman DeWitt out in shallow right. That one hit the left center. Left fielder coming over and in and making the catch. Jamie Carroll, and that sounded like another broken bat.
And Jamie Carroll, along with the center fielder, Matt Kemp, respecting the power of Adrian Gonzalez. So they're playing on the deeper side. So that's a long run for Carroll to catch that medium fly ball to left center. But you're right. That sounded like it was off the end of the bat. Possibly another broken shillelagh. A lot of them tonight.
Carroll, along with his value as a hitter, 2 for 2 tonight. We saw him last series, played second base.
Yep.
Here he is in left field tonight. Chase Headley, the only Padre hit, a double leading off the second, but he died at third. When after Hundley moved him to third on a ground out, Venables struck out after Hairston hit by a pitch. Cabrera struck out, took a third strike. Kuroda quickly jumps ahead with that split finger.
Well, Kuroda's throwing everything up there. First pitch curveball for a called strike. And then you just lower the sights a little bit and you bury that split finger fastball. Now what are you thinking as a hitter?
In the dirt with a split finger.
See Russell Martin tapping that dirt to Kuroda just to give him a little coaching, saying, hey, come on now, you're ahead 0-2. You want to bounce this one. If it goes back to the screen, don't worry about it.
That was Kuroda's 50th pitch.
Fastball up. Oof. Not a bad pitch. Last night, that's a strike. Remember Phil Cuzzy?
Yeah.
What up, Cuz? He's now at third base. He was calling that high strike.
I like that.
I like it too.
That's by the rule book is a strike under the letters. He goes around strike 3. Fooled badly. 4 strikeouts now for Kuroda. So 2 outs, and Nick Hundley steps in. He bounced one high off the front of home plate for a 6-3 put out.
Well, he started it, got to the point of no return, and could not abort that swing. He's tough.
First pitch swinging and a soft pop fly on the infield by Hundley, and now it's going out, and the center fielder Kemp comes in to call off the infielders on the shallow pop. Another 1-2-3 frame for Kuroda.
Mid-game recap on a night where everybody's been warned. I'm here to warn you that the mid-game recap is brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Get up to $10,000 cash back. You heard it right, Mr. Enberg.
Oh, my.
On your home remodeling project. Go to murraylamper.com for more details.
Man.
I'm warning you, Mr. Enberg.
Smooth and clever.
Thank you.
Richard goes back to work. Another pitcher's duel, as we had last night. Chad Billingsley able to master the Padres in a 2-0 win over John Garland. And tonight, Clayton Richard going at it with Hiroki Kuroda. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit for San Diego. Russell Martin, 0-2 the count. After 4 innings, Richard's pitch count was 64. Kuroda only 53. Swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Clayton Richard and 5 in the game.
Hey, the left-hander is twirling a gem as well, although that the Dodgers have 1 1/3, and that's the only run in this game. That's the breaking ball down and in. And Martin goes down swinging. Apply the tag, ball in the dirt. It's still live. Hundley tags him for the out.
Blake DeWitt takes a breaking ball for a strike. DeWitt single with 1 out in the 3rd, moved up on a walk to Furcal and came home on a 2-out single. Jamie Carroll for the only run.
Be interesting to see how many Dodger hitters, how many Padre hitters. You know, now that everybody's been warned, how many guys are going to be diving now towards that outside part of the plate? That last pitch, prior to that last pitch, you see the pitch was inside a little bit, and DeWitt actually caught off balance.
Yeah, because he was leaning in and out. Yeah.
Exactly.
2-1. Fouled into the glove of Hundley. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. A strike away from fanning 4 in a row. Clayton Richard. Pulled to Gonzalez. 3-1 on the putout as DeWitt running well up the line. 2 away here in the 5th. You could hear the dugout saying, "Get over there."
Yep. That's like Clayton Richard running the reverse option. Usually on the option, the quarterback out of the pocket, running right side. Does he give it up? Does he keep the pumpkin? Well, it's Adrian who gives up the rock to Clayton covering on the little pitch.
Little lateral action maybe.
Now let's take a listen on the instruction here.
I don't know if that's a dugout or maybe Hundley yelling out. Richard following instructions, and here's the pitcher, Kuroda. No one on, but he squares the bunt anyway. He didn't make it last time, so maybe he's going to prove that he can sacrifice even if there's no one on base. And the count goes 2-0 as it did the last time up.
Maybe he's just trying to disrupt Clayton Richard. Oh, come on now.
3-0. Just got to say here, right down the middle, see if you can hit it.
Absolutely. Time to battle back. Throw it there again. Again.
Kuroda, he doesn't want to get on anyway.
I don't think he wants to swing the bat.
Yeah, does punch it to Gonzalez, who will make the play himself. 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Richard. He's retired 7 in a row. Halfway mark in this one. 1-0 Dodgers. Brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com, because ready does feel good. 8 years ago on this date, July 28th, Ozzie Smith and Eddie Murray were the inductees in Cooperstown's Baseball Hall of Fame. Ozzie Smith, who came up as a rookie with the Padres. Well, they're the throwbacks we're going to have tomorrow, the 78 uniform.
Oh, that's a shocker. Garvey grounded into a double play. Smith to Gonzalez. Over to Gene Tennis.
Boy, could he glove it. Oh, man, was he a terrific fielder. Ozzie Smith.
And how about the fro? Love the fro. By the way, 1978, Roger Craig's Padres finished 84-78. Hum baby.
Hubba hubba.
Shoot rock fire.
30 straight innings. When is this scoreless string going to end, says that Padre fan. Will Venable struck out with 1 out and a runner at third. The only chance for the Padres to score tonight after Chase Headley's leadoff double. You see the movement. It's just like a wave. That tailing fastball is just rolling in like a Pacific wave. Soft pop-up. Martin. Oh, even the outs, just no smack to him. He getting in on the hands or off the end of the bat, Kuroda. No one's able to square up and really get the meat end of the bat on it. That's 8 in a row. Kuroda's retired.
Well, that's one of the things Randy Reddy said before the game, that Kuroda will mix it up anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter the count. Curveball first pitch, curveball 3-2. Split finger first pitch, split finger 3-2.
Scott Hairston hit by a pitch back in the second inning, and then when Clayton Richard came back in the next inning and almost hit Russell Martin, both teams warned by plate umpire Chris Guccione. And if he sees anyone else throwing at a batter, then that pitcher is thrown out of the game along with his manager and subject to fines from the National League office.
Oh, don't let Bob Watson fine you now. He'll stick it to you. You know, Dick, just to button up that 1978 team for the Padres, that was the first year that the Padres finished above 500. 84-78. Years prior to that, 1969 to 1977, below 500.
And that was the awakening of being a winning franchise. And 6 years later into the World Series.
Yep.
A 2-1 to Hairston. Those last two pitches missing about as far out of the strike zone as any that Kuroda's thrown in the entire game. Maybe Hairston will get something straight that he can get out on the meat end of the bat. A roller to second. Bad hop, but for call, no problem. 9 in a row retired by Kuroda. A good sinker, even though it was high.
Yep.
Everett Cabrera, with first and third occupied in the second, took a third strike on a 3-2 pitch. Giants won in 10 innings tonight, outscoring the Marlins 10-9. Colorado still trailing Pittsburgh 6-2 in the 8th. They're trying to snap a 7-game losing streak, the Rockies. 1-1.
Boy, just when you think you're going to see something off speed, he sneaks that little piece of cheese by at 94, 95.
Two balls and a strike. Split finger. Only 62 pitches to move into this 5th inning. Shutout ball. Only 1 hit allowed. Hit well, but right at DeWitt. And another 1-2-3 inning as Kuroda has retired 10 straight Padres. We go to the 6th innings. Dodgers still in front. 1-0. Dodgers invite you to join the Padres Stand Up to Cancer by signing the Stand Up to Cancer wall at Petco Park. You can also purchase a Padres Stand Up to Cancer patch at the Padres store or online. 100% of your patch purchase will go directly to cancer research. Visit padres.com/SUTC to make a donation and learn how you can stand up to that dreaded disease. For a call, leads off the 6th. And the count goes 1-1. 7 in a row retired by Clayton Richard. He's given up only 1 run, but his opposing pitcher, Hiroki Kuroda, has retired 10 straight and has allowed just 1 hit. Two and one.
Let's not, as we watch this game, let's not forget the effectiveness of Clayton Richard as well. He's got a good fastball. He's got a good breaking ball as well. He's making good pitches.
Indeed.
Got
Popped
in there.
Up.
Yep.
Hairston out. Venable in. Calls him off. Padres need some run. Let's call up the U.S. Coast Guard. Oh, they're already here.
Yeah.
Well, let's get them involved. 220th anniversary of the men of the military. There, the Padres and the U.S. Coast Guard. One of 6 military nights saluting our various branches of the armed services.
That's great, isn't it?
It is indeed.
They do a fine job.
And a terrific rendition of the national anthem by Lieutenant J.G. Lieutenant J.G. Stuart Ambrose sang the anthem, and enough to make you all want to stand up and proudly salute.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's not an easy song to sing.
Are you kidding? It's a terrible song to sing. I mean, in terms
it's
musically.
Tough.
I mean, the range is so difficult.
Yeah.
Francis Scott Key didn't provide vocalists for the generations after any favors. Well, here's Carroll, 2 for 2 tonight. Richard is ahead on the count, 1-2. Nice. Swing and a miss. Finally, Carroll goes down. 6 strikeouts. As Richard has retired 9 straight.
Well, Jamie Carroll gets the breaking ball, and Clayton Richard makes him look like Carol Burnett. Back to the dugout for Jamie. And
Tim Stauffer starts to throw out in the bullpen for the Padres. Richard is due to lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning. Ethier grounded into a 1-6-3 double play and then popped up to Richard. It was hit so softly that that ball a little inside, and you almost have to shudder to think that maybe Guccione might think that somebody's being thrown at him. It's become it's like the football players say, trying to attack quarterbacks. Let's play touch football. Another broken bat. Cabrera. And an easy 1-2-3-6 for Clayton Richard, who has retired the side in order the last 3 innings, 10 in a row, but so has Kuroda. 15th at 5 o'clock. Watch the Aflac All-America High School Baseball Classic. Enjoy the premier high school baseball all-star competition. 38 of our nation's very best players will face off. Get your tickets today at Padres.com. The date again, Sunday, August 15th, a 5 o'clock game. The high school Aflac All-America High School Baseball Classic. Well, Clayton Richard pitched so well. 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 6, and he's being lifted now for a pinch hitter. Bottom of the 6th inning as Tony Gwynn steps up. No, what was the game on the road where Richard, he walked 3 and hit 1, and all 4 of those runners came in to score? He walks only 1 tonight, and it's instrumental in the 1 run the Dodgers score. It moved DeWitt into scoring position where he came home on Carroll's hit. Ooh, that's a good looking fastball at the knees. Ball 1. Now Gwynn trying to get something started. Richard's work is done for the night, and it's a yeoman effort by the left-hander.
Absolutely. He pitched his little heart out tonight.
Sharp shot deep in the hole is for Call. The long throw, not in time. Gwynn beats it out. And even with the arm of Call, that ball was spinning away from him. And so he had to go deeper into the hole. By the time he got there, Gwynn's legs gets him an infield hit.
Anything hit in the direction of Rafael Furcal, you know that the guy's going to have a great chance to get it. But you're right, that hop, that spin off the bat, that's a tough play. And then we all know that he's got a cannon at short. So plant that back foot, fire it across the diamond. But Tony beats it out by a good step. He knows he has got to go. He's got that cannon. That's how rallies start.
That's only the second hit for the Padres, but the leadoff man is on, as was Headley with a leadoff double in the second, but they couldn't get him home. Oh, 1-0 Dodgers. And a good base stealer at first base in Gwynn. He's got 15 steals, second to Venables, 16. Jerry Hairston, fly to right, grounded to short. This big crowd at Petco tonight looking for the Padres to give them a chance to cheer. Dodger pitching silencing the bats and the enthusiasm of San Diego fans. Strike. Beat LA, they chant. Kuroda's given up 9 home runs this year. But when he's on, he's as tough as any, and he's been on since the All-Star break. This is his 3rd start.
And this is his 20th start of the 2010 season. And to only give up 9 home runs, that's pretty darn good.
Gwynn with a big lead. And Martin with a snap throw. Rick Renteria with some help from my partner Mark Grant, getting him back to first. Rick appreciates the assistance.
You know, you just can't get it out of your
you're taught in the dugout to do that.
Exactly. So it's just a reaction. Pitch, secondary lead. Tony, snap throw, got to get back and dive towards the outfield part of the bag.
The mask coming around on Martin as he snapped that throw. 1-1. Ooh, that's close, very close. Gwynn deciding not to dive back to the bag, and he takes a pretty good swipe tag on the hip from Loney.
Take a look at the tag. Oh, that ain't on the hip, Dick. That's not on the hip.
Oh, and that explains the grimace. Fans booing, but that's Kuroda's job here to try to keep Gwynn close, and those have been a couple of close decisions for first base umpire Brian Onora. Gives something for Kuroda to think about. He's worked most of the night. 4 innings without a base runner, so he's had the luxury of that windup. Ball is hit to left field, but softly. In comes Carroll, and he makes the play. Again, another ball, just nothing to it. It's just like they're hitting Kuroda with the Sunday UT.
You know, the only hard hit ball tonight Remember the 4-3 smash off the bat of Cabrera last half inning?
Yeah.
He hit that ball really hard.
Yeah, that ball was hit.
It just happened to be right at Blake DeWitt. But other than that, you're right. Broken bat, jam shots off the end of the bat.
Randy Reddy undoubtedly trying to keep the faith down there, saying plenty of time left. We got the tying run on. One swing. And Padres could be in the lead. Denorfia grounded to short and struck out. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Denorfia squaring there. Don't think the sacrifice is in order with one out.
You know, there was a situation in Pittsburgh, same thing. Remember Denorfia?
Yeah.
I talked to Buddy after that game, and there was no intent to putting the bunt on. Just trying to work the count in his favor, and hopefully the pitcher was going to fall behind. It was Karstens on the mound for Pittsburgh.
And that was a big walk that led to a 5-run inning. There goes Gwynn, and he's in there. Throw was a little high, and by the time DeWitt came down, Gwynn had skidded in on his belly, safe. 16 steals now for Gwynn. Well, the Padres have the tying run in scoring position.
Pretty decent jump off of Kuroda, the flash look, and then Martin short hops at second base. So DeWitt has to come up to catch it and then back down. Boy, doing everything like a goalie. Look at his left leg, straightening out the leg, trying to block the bag. Second base umpire Jerry Crawford all over it. He is safe, and that's another King Stallman stolen base.
Well, Gwynn, an infield hit and a steal using his legs to get the Padres the opportunity to tie it up here with Denorfia and Gonzalez next.
Oh,
2-1.
It almost looked like a cross-up to Russell Martin. No chat from the catcher, but
it's like the pitch earlier in the game. He's got such good stuff.
That does look like a cross-up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And why they're not having a little chat, I don't know.
2-1 to Chris Denorfia. Gwynn carrying the tying run at second. 3-1. A walk here would certainly be to the full advantage of the Padres because it would fill the void at first base where they have to pitch to Gonzalez. If first base is open with 2 outs, he's not going to get a chance to swing the bat. Leighton Richard, his night through, terrific job. 1 run, only 4 hits through 6 innings of work.
Plus, you walk him right here, it takes away the shift as well. I mean, it'd be a shift with the guy, no shift with the guy at second base, that being Tony Gwynn.
Ball 4. Good job, Denorfia. That's the first walk from Kuroda, and that's been his reputation since he came to the States and the major leagues. In fact, last year he walked only 24 batters all year. This year, just 31 in over 120 innings. So that's a big walk. Denorfia fills the void at first. He carries the go-ahead run. And they, 1, can't put the shift on Gonzalez, and 2, they can't intentionally walk him. And look at his record with runners in scoring position, one of the best in the major leagues. A modest shift. Shortstop for call is only 5 feet on the shortstop side of the bag. Strike at the knees.
Whatever that last pitch was, he took a little bit off. It was 87. It was either a hit knee split finger or a little two-seamer. As you take a look at the breakdown from Kuroda.
Gwynn at second, Denorfia at first. Plenty of speed, carrying the tying and potential go-ahead run.
Denorfia also has to keep an eye at first base of James Loney possibly coming in behind him, but you've got the left-hander hitting Adrian Gonzalez. It'd be a tough throw for Martin having to go behind Adrian to make that snap throw down to first base. That's why Rick Renteria has got an eye on Loney. He is watching him.
There it is. The snap throw almost threw that in right field. It got away from Loney, but not far enough for Gwynn to scoot to third. That was close. That's the risk-reward situation. You may pick a guy off now and then, but you can also throw an extra base.
Ideally, Martin wanted that pitch in because it's an easier pitch to have his momentum go behind the runner. That pitch was kind of up and away a little bit, and Martin kind of rushed it just a tad.
Good job by Loney to keep the ball within his range. A ball and a strike to Gonzalez. There's the split finger outside and low, 2-1. My favorite count, the action pitch, 2-1. 2 on, 1 out. 1-0 Dodgers. Last of the 6th.
Split finger? Well, if it's after 2, it's the wiggle, the split finger. Oh, is that a balk? Did he kind of catch his foot a little bit?
Yeah, he stepped off and faked the throw to second. That was cleverly done by the veteran pitcher.
Let's watch his footwork as he goes into the stretch. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that's a tired move, quite frankly.
Three and 1. Fastball away. Headley next. Fans want that appetite satisfied. Give me a run, they send out in chorus. Gwynn and DeNorfia ready to go. 3-1 the count. Boy, Kuroda delay a game.
They're going to roll over the signs again.
5-yard penalty.
Let's see if we can pick something up from Russell Martin. Fastball, curve, change, hook and horns.
3-1.
Oh.
Out of play.
Oh, he had a pitch to rip at. 3-1 heater. 3-1 fastball. That ball leaks inner half.
Not where Kuroda wanted it, but his movement on all his pitches is so extraordinary that even though it looks like a fat pitch, it wasn't.
Had a little run on it.
So 3-2 now to Gonzalez. What do you throw here, Coach?
I would have to say it wouldn't surprise me if it would be a split finger. I'm going to call split finger here. 1-2 wiggle. Let's see if it's the wiggle. Let's see if it's the split.
Full count. Oh, broken bat. Foul ball. Foul ball. It's a shame because the Padres would have gotten a run had it been called fair as Loney throws it away. But that's not going to count. Gwynn will go back to second. DeNorfia to first. And Gonzalez back to the plate. Boy, that was close to being fair, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And he threw him a fastball, shattered his bat.
Let's see how close that was. It's where the ball is when it goes over first base.
Right.
Man, it's foul when Loney fields it.
Right.
It's certainly close to going over the corner of the bag.
Yeah, it's very tough.
Yeah.
To tell from that angle.
And Loney's throw may not have been wild. He undoubtedly heard the first base umpire call it foul. May have eased up on his throw. So back they come. Each to the proper station. Gwynn at second. DeNorfia at first. Gonzalez in the batter's box. 3-2. A soft fly ball. That's going to drop. Kemp comes up with it. Game is tied as Gwynn scores. Kill him with kindness, Adrian.
I'll tell you what, as soon as that ball was struck, Tony Gwynn was off and running at second base. Remember, there's only one out. That is a huge chance. Sure, it works to the advantage of San Diego because it drops into shallow center field. But that could have been a very easily double play if this ball's hit a little harder off the end of the bat. Once again, Kemp comes in, cannot make the catch. Look at Tony's running.
Yeah, he's gone. That was closer than I thought it would be.
And I think Kemp was seeing that. He saw Tony taking off. He was giving every last-ditch effort to try to catch that ball. Didn't dive because he didn't want the ball to go behind him because it would have been a really big mess. So that's
strength of Gonzalez, able to muscle that ball into center field for his 65th RBI of the season and tie the game at 1. Infield hit by Gwynn, a stolen base, a walk, and a bloop single. Scratch out a run. The Padres finally, after 31 consecutive shutout innings thrown by Dodger pitching. And they're even and have a chance to take the lead now. Rick Honeycutt out to talk to Kuroda. Chase Headley, a double and struck out. First and second, still one away. Ball one. Split finger. Of course, Kuroda trying to get something down in the zone that Headley might bounce on the infield for a double play. Seemed like an eternity. Well, it's been since May since the Padres have scored off Dodger pitching. Perhaps it'll inspire more. It feels pretty good, doesn't it? Tony Gwynn, good job. Infield hit as a pinch hitter for Richard. He scored the tying run. Gonzalez at first. DeNorfie at second. And 2-0 for Headley. 3-0. With Nick Hundley on deck.
Chris DeNorfie put together a great at-bat with that walk. Adrian, good at-bat with that single. Tony getting on. They're putting together some good at-bats this inning, being very disciplined against Kuroda.
Knee high outside corner.
And you know, there's nothing, obviously, you know, it's 3-0 there. You're taking all the way. Even if you offer, that's, I don't care, even if you have, if that's a 3-1 pitch, there's not much Chase Headley can do with that pitch at all.
That's the perfect pitch.
So if he goes back to that pitch, 3-1, that's a broken bat little dribbler to third base.
Runners take their lead. 3-1 it is.
There it is again, off the plate.
Ball four, bases are loaded. A Padre at every pillow. So after going through 5 innings plus without walking a man, although he did hit Scott Hairston, a couple of free tickets here in the 6th inning. And George Sherrill, the veteran left-hander, begins to warm up. The Padres had some fun with Sherrill, and the one time they've beaten Los Angeles up at Dodger Stadium this year. So tying run with 1 out at third, or the go-ahead run of 1 out at third, with Gonzalez moving to second, Headley at first, and Hundley a chance to do some damage. 0 for 2 tonight. And he fouls it away.
Looked like a little cut fastball on the outside part of the plate to Nick.
Kuroda now with the bases loaded, the luxury of being able to pitch from a windup. He seems much more effective. He's got that little hesitation kick. No, he's going to work from the stretch. DeNorfie carrying the go-ahead run. Gonzalez a bonus run and some frosting at first with Headley. Fly ball right field, deep enough. Ethier. Here comes DeNorfie, and the Padres lead 2-1. And let's go back to that at bat for Chris DeNorfia. As you pointed out, same as in Pittsburgh, DeNorfia working the count, working for that base on balls. And he comes around to score on Hundley's sacrifice fly.
Remember, DeNorfia was showing bunt early. He worked the count his favor, drew a walk, and Nick Hundley takes a slider away. Doesn't try to pull it. It's exactly where the ball is pitched. He hits it nicely to right field for the sac fly.
Gonzalez alertly moves to third, tagging up on the play. So first and third with 2 outs. Will Venable steps in. Check swing, ball 1. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Gonzalez at third. Headley at first. 1-1. That's that split finger. Oh, such a tough pitch. Kuroda struggling here in the 6th. 26 pitches in the inning. '89 pitches in the game. Venable chasing the high fastball. He struck out and fouled to the catcher. Way out of the strike zone, 2-2. And here's a case where that split finger, trying to get him to chase down low in the dirt. Always the risk that one could get away from Martin.
Well, Kuroda has the ability to throw that pitch for a strike. If I'm a betting guy, I'm thinking split finger right here.
Full count. It was the splitter.
Nice job by Will spitting on that pitch. Now Headley will be off and running at first base on the pitch. Watch out for the fake to third, throw to first. Look at Yorvie. Did you see Yorvie in the hoodie on the bench? Do a little cheerleading there. There he is.
With 2 outs, Headley off. A gapper could score 2. Strike 3 called. Venable caught looking. But the Padres manufacture a couple of runs on an infield hit, a blue pit, a couple of walks, and a sacrifice fly, 2-1. $5 footlongs taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5, and sometimes they're even free. So many favorites like Blazing Buffalo Chicken, $5 all day, every day. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices, fans? Well, go to Cox.com. Well, the Subway folks heard you last night. What? And they brought us a... Well, that's really a sandwich and a half.
Is that really nice?
That's just $5 for one of those?
Jeff from the Potway store heard us last night.
Yeah.
And he came in before the game, and he gave us some footlongs. Was that the footlong? And then some. Yeah.
We said they'd never given us this. We ought to try that on Cadillac. Do you think? We've never gotten a Cadillac either. There you go. We'll see.
I expect one parked out in my parking spot tomorrow.
Oh, my. 2-1 now. And it just seems poetic justice the way Clayton Richard pitched that he's now the pitcher of record. If the Padres can hold the lead, he'll get the win. Ernesto Frieri is the pitcher. And this young guy has got a live arm. 4 innings he's pitched since being recalled from Portland. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. 93 right down the heart of the plate as he faces Matt Kemp, the cleanup man, followed by Casey Blake and James Loney. Gwynn stays in the game, goes into center field. Strike 3 call. 3 pitches. Take a seat.
Uno, dos, adios. Ernie Frieri. Look at the backdoor 2-seamer that comes back and gets the outside corner. Frieri has a couple of things working for him. When there's a right-handed hitter at the plate, he goes from the third base side of the rubber, plus he throws across his body, and he hides the ball well. So those 3 things. Look at there's his foot in contact with the rubber on the third base side. So as a right-handed hitter, he is coming right at you. And it's tough to pick up. And with that movement, that's a great combination. Pretty good pitch.
Sure was. 1-1. By the way, DeNorfia stays in the game as well. He moves to right field, and Venable is out. Key part of that 2-run inning. Bottom of the 6th, DeNorfia's walk. Oh. All of a sudden, plate umpire Guccione, a little squeeze on Frieri. That looked good.
Squeezing the Charmin back there.
Pops him up. Gonzalez and Hairston. Second baseman wants it. 2 away. Blake pops up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. That brings up James Loney. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play and struck out. We remind you, coming up, the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning. Stretch your dollars. Get more MPG and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to San Diego Hyundai Dealers.com. But black out, and Frieri gets a pat on the back, so Frieri pats the manager on the back. That's a little love out there. Boy, this young guy, I'm excited about his potential. Ernesto Frieri. In comes Joe Thatcher, and this pitching change brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to the Mark, SanDiego.com. Comes on. One out, 2 outs now in the 7th, and the pitching profile of Thatcher is brought to you by your local San Diego Ford dealers. Making his 32nd game appearance. That opposing batting average only 149 against Thatcher. Especially tough with that sidearm delivery on left-handed hitters, and that's why he's in there to pitch to James Loney. Bases empty. Frieri got the first 2 men in the 7th inning. Loney grounded into a 1-6-3 double play and struck out. Just missed with the first pitch. Russell Martin on deck. That one chopped back, but foul. Fans thought that might have been a pop fly. Was not.
You know what? I think the Padres have their hands on a nice little gem out of Ernesto Frieri. He, he's going to mature as a pitcher as time goes on, obviously. But for what he has shown in the short time that he's been here in short spurts,
he's not going back to Portland.
Hitter here, a couple hitters there. He's a good one.
Ooh, a good cut by Loney. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it's set up for the best bullpen in baseball. The Padres want Thatcher to get 1 out here, and then it'll be Gregerson and Bell to work the 8th and 9th. By the way, Mike Adams ever improving, and it appears after a rehab start he'll be rejoining the club. And how do you take that pitch? That ball breaking so much by Thatcher that where it goes over the plate and where it's caught are. Yeah, that nibbled the
black.
That nibbled, didn't it? And strike 3 call. Gucciano said that one did catch the inside corner. Thatcher strikes out his man. Dodgers out in order in the 7th. Let's stretch here at Petco with the Padres in front 2-1. To you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, visit fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, you go to Fan Diego. 40,188 with us tonight, Wednesday night here at Petco. So 78,000 plus for the first 2 games of the series. And another big house expected tomorrow afternoon. There's tickets available, fans. 3:30 start. Matt Latos, a young star for the Padres, 11-4 against veteran Vicente Padilla, 4-3 for the Dodgers rather. 3.41 ERA as Kuroda now trailing in the game 2-1 to face the bottom 3 in the order: Scott Hairston, Everett Cabrera, and Tony Gwynn. First pitch strike. Kuroda working toward the 100 pitch mark. We also have the matchups with the Marlins coming in on the weekend. We'll share those with you. 1-1, and they're not holding back their aces either. We're going to see, if you like great pitching, Josh Johnson could be just as maybe the best in the league. He's pitching on Sunday for the Marlins. Pulled toward the hole and through. Hairston with a leadoff single.
I'll tell you what, the last two nights, last night and tonight, playoff atmosphere, a hit is big, an error is huge, and Scott Hairston trying to add on the high slider. Kuroda getting a pitch up here in the 7th inning, and the Padres trying to add on.
How Hairston got on top of that ball.
He does that well.
Joe Torre has apparently seen enough as Kuroda, after just cruising through the early innings of this game, allowing only a double to Headley and one hit batter through 5 innings, but succumbs in the 6th to a typical Padre rally. They manufacture 2 runs. So a pitching change for Joe Torre's Dodgers, and it's brought to you by San Diego Harley Davidson. Always country first. Sherrill comes in. Supporting the hometown Padres and helping you save money. Open an account today. Well, that ERA is enough to make you shudder if you're a Dodger fan. 7.15 opposing hitters, batting .333 against Sherrill. Veteran lefty, 5'11", 237. Born and raised, still lives in Memphis, Tennessee.
One of the 3 left-handers that Joe Torre has in that Dodger bullpen. Fastball, slurve, and a change from the left-hander.
He inherits 7th inning with the leadoff single by Hairston. Here's Cabrera. Cabrera struck out, and a hard ground ball out to second base. Well, Kuroda gave up only 4 hits, a couple of runs, walked 2, hit 1, and struck out 5. Cabrera takes ball 1. Sherrill was acquired, as you see, Glenn Hoffman going through the signs over at third base, former Dodger manager. Sherrill acquired just before the trade deadline a year ago by the Dodgers. Good bunt. Beautiful bunt. Sherrill better hurry. And just does get it to second baseman DeWitt for the out. Perfect sacrifice from Cabrera. So good he actually flirted with a hit.
Perfectly deadened off the end of the bat. And you're right. Busting it out of the box puts pressure on every fielder, but the one that has the most pressure is Sherrill. He's got a spin and throw, being left-handed. Made it close to first base.
Fans giving Cabrera a hand for his sacrifice bunt. Tony Gwynn steps in. It was his infield hit to deep short that started the 6th inning. He came around to score on the bloop single by Gonzalez. Denorfia, who had walked in between, he scored on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Nick Hundley with a 2-1 lead. Slow curveball. Strike 2. Sherrill's one of those good feel stories in baseball. Here's a guy played college ball, Austin Peay. No one really drafted him, cared about him. He worked in the independent league 4 years. Just said, I'm not going to give up the dream, and finally developed enough stuff to make it. That ball struck behind short. Out goes for call for the 2nd out. Fans hoping that that would have the same result as Gonzalez blue pit, but not quite deep enough. 2 away, and Jerry Hairston steps in.
And I'm sure for George Sherrill, being left-handed helped matters as well in trying to chase that dream of pitching in the big leagues.
33-year-old left-hander, and apparently he's only going to work to the one man, Tony Gwynn, because out comes Joe Torre. Jeff Weaver, the right-hander, throwing in the bullpen for the Dodgers. And Weaver will come in. This pitching change brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos, folks, from the 300,000s. Go. Jeff Weaver and his pitching profile is brought to you by your local San Diego Ford dealers. Jeff Weaver is to the Dodgers what Edward Mujica is for the San Diego Padres. He can work an inning or can work 3 or 4. And he's got a 5-1 record this year.
Yeah, not bad numbers for the veteran right-hander. Fastball, slider, curve change. He has started in the past. He's relieved, going back and forth. Veteran presence in that Dodger bullpen for some late inning outs.
Padres with an insurance run out at second base in the form of Scott Hairston with 2 out. 2-1, the San Diego lead. Hairston 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the series. Hits that one deep into the corner. Is it fair? Yes, it is. Run scores. Hairston with a double. 3-1. San Diego. That's the way to greet a new pitcher. Hairston with a rocket into the corner and left. Hey, a BI.
And get out those magical shillelaghs as Jerry Hairston jumps all over the first pitch slider. Well, I tell you what, if he elevates this one, there's a chance that this one is leaving the yard. This ball is absolutely smoked. That was off the bottom of the wall.
So Scott Hairston comes home on Jerry Hairston's double. One of our rare Broby eyes this year, and a 3-1 lead. 38 RBIs now for big brother Jerry. Scott Hairston able to coast home. Swing and a miss. Denorfia 1-1.
Let's take a look at the Broby eye counter. Back in 07, the Giles brothers. Edgar, of course, 08, 09, and Scott driving in Jerry by 1 run, but that's a huge one for Jerry driving in Scott. Did I get that right? It doesn't matter. It's a Padre run.
Forgive him.
It's a Hairston driving in a Hairston.
That's exactly right. Scott with a single, moving to second on Cabrera's perfect sacrifice, and coming home on a 2-out double, Jerry Hairston. That run charged to Kuroda. 1-2 to Denorfia. That's a ground ball throw. Jerry Hairston scores. 4-1 Padres. Denorfia delivers. Well, Jeff Weaver comes in and is greeted rudely. A Jerry Hairston double and a sharp single off the bat of Chris Denorfia. Padre bats coming to life here late tonight.
The guy they call Dino, and Weaver cannot get that slider down and away, and he punches it through the hole. The race is on. It wasn't even close. Jerry rounding third. The throw from Carroll was cut. Some insurance for the Friars.
2 in the 6th, now 2 in the 7th. Denorfia at first base, and Randy Reddy's hitters finally delivering after 31 consecutive shutout innings. And Kuroda, now his total 6 1/3, 3 runs on only 4 hits. But he's the pitcher of record, as is Clayton Richard for the Padres. And here comes Joe Torre, the slow meander out to the mound. Weaver facing 2 men and giving up a double and a single to drive in 2 more runs. So the Dodgers with their 4th pitcher here in the 7th inning. Jack Tashner comes in from the pen, a left-hander, to pitch to Adrian Gonzalez. Talking all about stock market. What's your favorite music? I'd love the color red.
Should I make the pitching change? Okay.
And that allows us to do something very important. Pay some bills. We'll pause for comes in to pitch. There are his season numbers, and again, that high ERA. And if there is a weakness on this Dodger team, it's the bullpen. Great starting pitching, but if you can get into the pen, there's some heavy numbers. Joe Torre, tough for those to be assimilated.
See Jack Tashner's numbers from the Pirates and the Dodgers. We know him mostly as a San Francisco Giant out of that Giant bullpen. Tashner throws a fastball, slider, and a change. Pretty straight fastball. But low 90s, 91, 92-ish.
Mark Grant, reminder, folks, we'll not have tomorrow's game on Channel 4 San Diego. We invite you to watch it on the MLB Network. And here's a look at where you can find MLB Network in your area. So check out some of those viewing spots. And we hope you follow Matt Latos and the Padres in the final game of this 3-game series. And we'll be back with you on Friday night. First of 3 against the Florida Marlins. Gonzalez with 2 outs. Denorfia threat to go at first base. Gonzalez with a big hit tonight with a score 1-0. And runner at second base. He was able to fist a looping single into shallow center field that scored Tony Gwynn. And Denorfia had walked in that inning, came around to score later on a sacrifice fly by Nick Hundley. Breaking ball outside. And again tomorrow, folks, a transportation advisory for the game. A big crowd is expected middle of the day here in downtown San Diego. So if it's possible for you to take public transportation, pretty good idea. Come early and enjoy the final game of this 3-game set. Down low, caught the plate, but too low. In the inning, Scott Hairston with a single, sacrificed to second after Gwynn popped out. Jerry Hairston with a double into the left field corner, and Denorfia with an RBI single through the hole to left field. 3-1.
Not getting the low strike. You can see the frustration on Jack Tashner's face after that 2-1 offering to go 3-1.
Dodgers got there, a run off Clayton Richard, the starter, back in the third on a couple of singles. 2 for the Padres in the last inning, 2 more here. And ball 4. So Gonzalez knows the way. He's one of the leaders in the National League being walked. That wasn't an intentional walk, but close to it. Adrian now on the season with his 58th walk, 17 of them intentional. So that moves Denorfia into scoring position and brings up Chase Headley, a double and a walk tonight, 1 for 2. There's the strike. Headley turns around and hits from the right side. We're on the season. He's batting 195, 303 as a left-hander, and 1 for 2 tonight, batting left. Denorfia from second. Gonzalez at first. 2 out, 2 in. Way outside.
You know, I think collectively it's fair to say that these Padre hitters tonight just stayed focused throughout. You know, Kuroda was throwing the ball well. Clayton Richard matching him pitch for pitch. The Dodgers scored early, but still they stayed focused and really put together some great at-bats in the 6th inning and, of course, here in the 7th.
Two and 1 to Headley. Well, Vicente Padilla tomorrow, and he's throwing that Ephus pitch, so they're going to ask you to throw batting practice tomorrow.
I would gladly
get the hitters ready.
Hey, I can get guys locked in. Oh, yeah. I've got no problem finding that four-seam fastball right down the middle.
But Ike Davis hit that blooper pitch for a home run. The Mets only win against the Dodgers. That ball down low, 3-1.
Nice. Patience. Not biting at those fastballs down and out of the zone as Nick Hundley waits on deck.
Hundley with a key sacrifice fly. That was the tiebreaker. Second run in the 6th inning. And the Padres have added 2 more here in the 7th. Ball 4. Headley walks for the second time tonight. Jack Tashner comes in and walks both Gonzalez and Headley, and that'll bring Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach, out of the Dodger dugout.
And no action in the Dodger bullpen. I'm anticipating somebody getting out with Honeycutt going out to have a chat. Just all sitting there watching a big league ball game, and Tashner cannot find home plate.
So in the inning, Scott Hairston with a single to left. Cabrera sacrifice, pop out, Gwynn. Jerry Hairston, a Bro BI double into the left field corner, hit the base of the wall and left. That scored the first run in the inning, and DeNorfia followed with a sharp single off reliever Jeff Weaver to make it 4-2. Weaver out. In comes Tashner to walk both Gonzalez and Headley, and now the base is loaded. Gonzalez at third, Headley at second. Or check that, DeNorfia at third, Gonzalez at second, Headley at first. Hundley with a sacrifice fly in the game. 0 for 2. Ball 1. 8th man to bat in the inning. Padre catcher. Chance to break it wide open. There's a strike. Caught the knees. Ninth man to bat. Should he get a chance? Oscar Salazar. That's a pitcher's spot. Due next.
Nice.
2 balls and a strike.
Boy, once again, the Padre hitters have done a fine job waiting for their pitch. Hey, if it's a pitcher's pitch and there's not much you can do with it, take it, and then the pitcher might try to nibble a little bit. The count works to your favor. See if Nick thinks right center field here if Tashner keeps the ball away. All right. Little cutter inside.
Looking for something else, so he takes it. 2-2. Nick has had some big hits this year. The RBI tonight is 31st. Outside.
Good call. That was a ball. A lot of people oohing and eyeing, probably Dodger fans. Get that carousel started, right?
The San Diego fans oohing, and they're oohing and ahhing with these 2 runs in the 6th and 2 in the 7th. And Tashner, a pitch away from walking in a run. Line to right center field, but here's Kemp there to make the catch. That ball was stung off the bat of Hundley for the final out of the inning as the Padres get 2 on 3 hits and leave the bases loaded. We go to the 8th inning, 4-1 San Diego. you to stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino is San Diego's vacation getaway.
There's the big right-hander eating a bag of Cheetos and got his feet up.
Yeah, that's it. Keep that old limb loose there, Bob. Rockin' fire.
Washing it down.
Hydrate. Yeah, there you go.
Those guys do a fine job on the post-game show.
They do indeed. So stay tuned as Luke Gregerson comes in to work the 8th inning. That's his spot. And just as Kuroda drawing raves for the way he pitched in the first 5 innings, how about the Padres, along with Clayton Richard and Frieri and Thatcher in the 7th inning? Padre pitching, retiring the last 13 Dodgers in a row. The bullpen running its record to 13 2/3 innings without allowing a run, and Gregerson in with a fastball strike. And pitchers of record, the starters, Clayton Richard and Hiroki Kuroda. There's the slider, and laying off is Russell Martin. Martin, DeWitt, and the pitcher spot here in the Dodger 8th. Kind of hung that slider, but 2-1.
The Padres doing a great job of hanging tough against Kuroda, then getting into their bullpen, being patient against Sherrill and Weaver.
There's that good slider. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dodger catcher. Strike 3, slider again. That's the 9th Dodger to go down on strikes tonight. Well, we mentioned, we'll talk about the Florida Marlins in a moment.
Look at that tilt on that slider, down and away. A huge first out for Luke Gregerson.
Brings up Blake DeWitt, who singled and grounded out. Scored the Dodger run back in the 3rd with 1 out. He singled to right after a walk to Furcal. Jamie Carroll singled to center, knocked in the only LA run. And we mentioned the Marlins have their best ready for the Padres on the weekend. Friday night it'll be LeBlanc against Chris Volstead. He's not their best. He's 4-8. But then on Saturday, Correa goes against Ricky Nolasco, who is 11-7. And then Sunday, Josh Johnson nubbed to third, foul. Johnson is 10-3 with a 1.72 ERA. Probably will be Garland against Johnson, but Buddy Black is not secure enough in his mind as to that being the pitching choice, but it is Garland's spot in the rotation. There's a chance if you want to see a great pitcher at work. Marlins Josh Johnson Sunday, 1 o'clock. Gregerson 1-2. Xavier Paul has a bat in the on deck circle for the Dodgers to hit for the pitcher. Watch out. Thank goodness for the protective screen in front of the Padre dugout. There's been an inordinate number of players hit by foul balls in the dugout this year, and serious stuff.
I believe Eugenio Velez is one of them.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Gregerson comes in to strike out Martin on a slider and gets DeWitt on a fastball.
The tailing fastball away on the outer half. Well, it looked like a all arms, all upper body swing right there by Blake DeWitt.
Padre pitching giving Dodger hitters a taste of the Dodger medicine. Sure. 15 in a row retired by San Diego pitching as Paul is introduced in the game. Started last night. Good looking young outfielder. Lays off the slider. Ball at 252. It's been up and down to the top farm club of the Dodgers, Albuquerque. Another slider low, 2-0. Last inning, the Padres getting 2 to fortify their lead, 4-1. Gregerson trying to get business done in the 8th and bring in Heath Bell for a potential 30th save. There's a strike. See that late downward break on the slider of Gregerson. Fly ball center field. Gwynn is there. And Gregerson works an easy 1-2-3 8th inning. 16 Dodgers down in order. 4-1 San Diego. Padre backpacks for you kids going back to school. They're very handsome, and the blue of the Padres and the nice SD logo on them. Proudly carry your books back to school. It'll be against the Marlins on Sunday that those are given away. The first 10,000 of you kids 14 and younger will go back to school with a free Padres backpack presented by Mission Federal Credit Union. Don't wait. Get your tickets before July 31st, before Sunday, and save $5 per ticket at Padres.com. And the first 10,000, so you want to be here early. We're expecting a big crowd, and wouldn't want to have you leave disappointed. First come, first serve. Travis Schlichting comes in to work the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Stairs to pinch hit, and he fouls it away. Hitting for Gregerson. So Stairs, then Scott Hairston and Cabrera in the last of the 8th, 4-1.
Well, the right-hander Schlichting.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. Fastball, slider, and a change. 90 to 94 on that fastball.
Chop foul. To be a basketball player out of Purdue University. Jerry, spelled the same way, Schlichting.
Oh, yeah?
He's Schlichting. That one looped to left, and Carroll tried to trap it. That'll be a base hit. That one diving, and Carroll unable to come up with it cleanly. A base hit is the ruling. So Stayers with a pinch hit.
Ball slicing. That's a curveball. Slicing, and the big glove can't even come up with it. So Jamie Carroll, at least, he knocked that ball down to where it doesn't go all the way to the wall, keeping Stayers at first base.
Only the 7th hit for the Padres tonight, but 6 of those have come in the last 2 innings plus this. Scott Hairston hit by a pitch, grounded to short, and singled. That was leading off the 7th inning, and he came around to score on Brother Jerry's double into the left field corner. Good downward action on that pitch from Schlichting. So again tomorrow, 3:35 starting time. Matt Latos seeks his 12th win against only 4 defeats against Vicente Padilla. 4-3 for the Dodgers. Invite you to get out here early. A big crowd expected. Public transportation is advised. And no TV. You can watch the game on MLB. I guess that'll be the Dodger telecast.
Yes, it will.
Able to pick up the mellifluous tones of Vin Scully. Good eye. Hairston lays off the curveball. Here again are the stations that will, depending on where you might reside, that will cover the game on MLB tomorrow. And then we'll see you on Channel 4 San Diego Friday night. 1-2 to Scotty. Well, Latos pitching tomorrow, so he'll be due to work next against the Dodgers again on Tuesday night to open. Let's see, they play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Do they not?
Correct.
4 games.
It's a 4-game series.
He lays off the breaking ball. 2-2.
Hey, a big key for this Padre team tonight. How about keeping Hong-Ji Kuo out of the game and Jonathan Broxton out of the game?
Of course, they'll be available tomorrow.
Yep.
And Padres hope that Joe Torre will have to go to him early. Full count. Ball 4. Another walk from Dodger pitching after Kuroda, outside of hitting Scott Hairston, he didn't walk a man until the 6th inning. But since then, the Padres have received 5 walks. So first and second with no one out. Cabrera struck out, a hard out ground ball to second, and that perfect sacrifice. Dodgers infield looking for another bunt. And he accommodates them. Good bunt. And Martin, did he get him? Oh, Cabrera racing up the line, and he just as nailed as DeWitt. Able to handle the throw, and Martin had to give it all he had to gun down Cabrera, who has sacrificed perfectly the last 2 times up.
Well, watch the footwork of DeWitt. I thought he's safe. His foot came off the bag, didn't it?
Let's see if it's in contact when he makes the catch.
He was in the bag.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yep. I was watching his feet. I sit corrected. He
You
is
sit
out.
corrected?
No, I'm not standing.
Oh, that's true. I can confirm that. But you're allowed to. So second and third with one out to Tony Gwynn, who pinch hit and started that Keys sixth inning 2-run rally for the Padres that gave them the lead 2-1. Infield hit to deep short, and he eventually came around on the looping single to center by Gonzalez. Chance to add to the 4-1 lead. Second and third, one out. And Schlichting jumps in front, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's been an enthusiastic crowd at Petco tonight. 40,188. Padre fans being heard. Strike 3 called. Gwynn caught looking.
Nice tailing fastball by the right-hander.
So with a chance to score a run and an out, Schlichting comes up with a big pitch. Second and third, and Jerry Hairston. Chance for another Broby eye. He knocked in Scott Hairston in the last inning with a double into the left field corner. Ninth inning for the Dodgers. They'll have the top of the order for Call, Carroll, Ethier, and anyone gets on Matt Kemp. Ball 1. Slider off the outside corner. Hairston with his 38th RBI of the season with that double to knock home brother Scott. He's second on the team in RBIs, and he's really filled that void at the leadoff spot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Second and third, 2 out. That one hit the right field and falling for a hit. 2 more Padres will come home. It's 6-1. Hairston with 3 RBIs tonight and another RBI. Hairston to Hairston. That'll even make you giddy.
Everybody's fired up in that dugout, and the Padres breaking it open. It's nice to see the wheels kind of coming off here late in the game as he fights off that pitch down and in.
Just a nice little wedge shot for a 2-run single. Denorfia takes a fastball strike. Denorfia a key walk and an RBI single in the late innings. Padres scoring in pairs. 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, now 2 here in the 8th. And 2 strikes on Denorfia. He grounded to short, struck out against the starter Hiroki Kuroda. And then in the 6th inning, after Tony Gwynn with an infield hit as a pinch hitter, there are the brace of 2s.
Nice.
Outside, 1 and 2. Denorfia with a walk, and that moved Gwynn to second in scoring position for the blooping single by Adrian Gonzalez that finally ended the string of 31 straight scoreless innings pitched by the Dodgers. Just missed. It is contagious. You know, you don't score, that becomes infectious. Then you do score, and it feels pretty good. So why not continue?
Well, you know, the Padres, like the Dodgers, I mean, they faced some good pitching. Billingsley last night, Kuroda tonight, and on the other hand, the Padres pitching. Garland pitched well last night.
Very well last night.
Richard pitched extremely well tonight, pitch for pitch. against Kuroda. So I love a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
Runner goes, and there's a sharp shot to the second baseman, DeWitt, and he throws it away. Goes into the dugout of the Padres, and let's see how they rule this. Will they wave him in? Yes, they will. No, they're waving to second base Denorfia, and holding at third then, given the extra base, is Jerry Hairston. And Buddy Black asking, wait a minute, he'd already made second and he turned to go to third to get 1-1? And he's saying, no, he really was advanced to second, and he gets the extra base to third. So DeWitt makes a terrific play in getting to the ball. This one was right through the runner, and then somehow he just
Steve Saxton. It's classic Steve Sax right there, working under it. Look out!
So Denorfia to third, safe on the air. Check that. Denorfia safe on the air to second. And they're going to walk Gonzalez to load the bases. So another intentional pass, the 18th time this year they've taken the bat out of Gonzo's hands. And that's the play. Now the base is loaded once again for the Padres for Chase Headley. So Gonzalez moves to first. His 59th walk of the season. That's 5th most in the league. 9 behind Prince Fielder. By the way, looking at Gonzalez's numbers, he is one of the best hitters in day games. So tomorrow, 3:30 game, has one of the best averages in baseball at day, hitting .321. High fly ball. Kemp gives ground. And there's enough room out there in Death Valley. So Headley flirts with a grand slam. But it comes down in the glove of Kemp. But Padres settle for 2 more and lead it 6-1. The Padres in the last of the 8th. That gives Buddy Black the luxury of saving Heath Bell, and Tim Stauffer assigned the 9th inning and will face for Call, Carroll, and Ethier at the top of the Los Angeles order.
Oh, what a great inning, huh? What a great 3 innings for San Diego. 2 in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and they've busted it open here. Lead by 5. It's nice to have Tim get out there and get an inning at work and finish this one off.
Boy. Before and after the appendectomy, Stauffer with glowing numbers. 3-1, an ERA of 0.31, batting average against of 149. Is that any good? And he sends in a strike to Furcal, who is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Stauffer in 29 innings has allowed 1 run. 22 strikeouts. 4 walks.
Yep.
I mean, that's just sterling numbers from Stauffer. Skips that one in, 1-2.
Last time out for Timmy was at Pittsburgh. Remember that 2-inning frame, I should say. 2 innings of work, 22 pitches. He struck out 1.
Well, you mentioned Pittsburgh. How puzzling are the Pirates? Chop to third, big hop to Headley, and 1 away. The Padres sweep the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh then goes to Colorado. Colorado hungry for some wins. They'd lost 6 in a row. They get Tulowitzki back, and the Pirate pitching gives up 2 runs last night, 2 tonight. They've extended the Rockies' losing streak to 8.
Unbelievable. The Buccos going nutso in the Mile High City.
Pittsburgh's going to be coming in to visit us at Petco Park in the middle of August. In fact, not too many games in August at home for the Padres. It's going to be a rough month. But 10, 11, and 12 are the dates in case you'd like to come out and see that 3-game series.
Yeah, only 10 home games in the month of August for San Diego.
Only 30 home games left. So make your ticket plans. And if you hurry before Saturday, Padres.com, $5 saving on every ticket. Easy ground ball to Hairston. 2 away. Look at how Carroll, as a veteran, hustles up the line. 18 straight retired by Richard, Frieri, Thatcher, Gregerson, and now Stauffer.
That's awesome, isn't it? I mean, complete control.
Down to Andre Ethier, the star last night, with a pinch single to win it for the Dodgers 2-0. He's hit into a double play, popped to the pitcher, and grounded to short. Strike 1. Strike 2. Well, it took a while for the fans to believe. Disappointing attendance in the first couple of months of the season. But it has arrived. They do believe, and the fever's on, and these fans are into it. And there'll be a lot of you back tomorrow for the final game of this series, as Matt Lato seeks his 12th win of the year. There he is. Oh, to be 22 and have his kind of talent.
You're not most happy about tonight, obviously. Still one more strike to get in this ball game. If it stays this way. Clayton Richard hanging in there. He is the pitcher of record tonight. Hopefully he walks away with a win.
It would be his 8th of the year. Ethier takes upstairs 1-2. Stauffer looking for that final strike, final out, and give Clayton Richard, his teammate, the 8th win of the year against 5 losses. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. And what a job by Padre pitching to match that of the Dodgers last night and early tonight. A 6-1 win. Padres maintain their lead in first place in the National League West. And the offense comes to life in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings for a 6-1 victory. Mission accomplished at Petco tonight, and we'll check the final totals right after we pause for these words.